Attention on deck!
Hi everybody, Army P here for eXplorminate.net, and welcome back to our Let's Try of Stellaris with the Leviathan DLC installed. Now this is the point I have been waiting for since I started this game, Sleepers Awake. So just popped up when I loaded up the game, and I'll just walk you through what is going to happen as one of the fallen empires starts to awaken. It began as a subtle shift in the Borton behavior, scattered reports of their ships once rarely seen outside of their own space, now being spotted in remote systems across the galaxy. Highly advanced scouting vessels visited ancient ruined worlds, refusing all hails and fleeing when attacked. Their purpose and mission unknown until now. We now know that the Neborite are preparing. Recovering the data banks of surveyed beacons and automated scouting posts left behind when they retreated to their present borders, gathering information for their return to the galactic stage. The Neborite space fleets are gathering, armies are being mustered, and ancient factories are roaring to life. For the first time in an age, the Neborite restorers are looking outwards beyond their borders and towards the galaxy at large. As their decaying shipyards are repaired, refitted, and the dormant system of Titan foundries come online, the rest of the galaxy is left with only one question: Who will the once sleeping giants target first in their quest to reclaim age-old glory? It was to reclaim the age-old glory lost. Tongue twister. But yeah, anyway, the sleepers are now awake. So we're going to see what we're up against here. Now, if you guys can remember a little bit of the Yolan kingdom, it's obviously expanded a little bit from the last time that we played. I've pushed forward a little bit from being able to take out the Drake Drake dragon, the Nether dragon, Nether beast. Took him down. That whole system is now owned by me. I do believe it's right here, yes, in the Navros system. I am now harvesting it at a plus 30 energy credits and 30 minerals per turn. So I'm ramping up. So you can see here that now that the sleepers are awake, I'm gonna kick this into high gear and start producing some lovely ships. Okay, it looks like we got everything that we got here. Perfect. Okay, so unfortunately, and I'll have to kind of recap a little bit as we start to gear towards the potential of Neborite restorers now coming after everybody. You'll see here that if you remember correctly, this used to be a fallen empire. What happened when it was off camera, I don't know what it is. If we had I think I maybe had used him as a rival to gain some influence points, something to that effect. Anyway, the really unfortunate part was not 5 years before this occurred, the fallen empire of the Mandari actually declared war on me, and in doing so, I had, because of my federation that I'm in, the Auspicious Entente, we were able to push them back and pretty much defeat them. And then we decided to just make them a independent state. So if anything, yeah, I actually think that he's very happy with me. Yeah, he is. We could actually offer, he's actually being considered part of the status to the Entente. At the same time, the Confederation of Yub planets, now that is just a lovely looking beast, took advantage of this situation and actually conquered what was left of that fallen empire. So he's broken. It also means by eliminating one of the two fallen empires, we're not going to see the War in Heavens play out, which is a bit of a shame, because it would have been great to try to see those two fallen empires that are adjacent to each other across the entire galactic map try to get saucy and get after each other with all these different planets in the way. Of course, the Yolan Kingdom being us, we would have been the first person to go with it, but I'm not sweating it. So that being said, we have quite a bit in reserve for money. Now, it means that I'm just going to play it forward here, just get us going fast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to contact the Heathian Combine, and this is a trick that you guys can use. I use this all the time when thinking about preparing to attack a certain civilization. I ask for their active Starlink, or active sensor link. A lot of times they'll give it away for nearly nothing. Give him a couple hundred. Oh, he doesn't want any. Let's see if he wants some energy credits. Yeah, there we go. So I'll give him 800 energy credits. I'm making almost 200 a turn. Now you'll see here, as I do that, he gives me his complete sensor link. Now I know how much what his fleet consists of. Instead of having to sit there and trust that he's inferior to me, what does inferior mean? Is it smaller? How much smaller is it? You know, what's the difference between inferior and pathetic when you have a fleet of 3,000? A lot of times you just kind of have to, you know, understand and play on the words. Well, now I know exactly how much he's got, because I am able, with the active sensor link, to scroll over and see how much he's got. It looks like he's got 2 fleets there equaling 500. Some construction ships, you know, some transport fleets. I'm not seeing anything that's going to be able to stand up against the Neberites if they decide to go that way. Independence guaranteed. I got a riot going on with one of my civilizations. I just keep letting them go at it, because unfortunately it really doesn't bother me too much. Mineral Prime. Let's go to Mineral Prime here. Who's the most? Mineral Prime. There we go. I mean, look at that. You've got so many different aliens loving each other. Oh, maybe it's the food. That's why. Oh yeah, it's because they're protesting. Okay, well, looks like I'm gonna have to load up with some xenophile armies. Oh, xenomorph armies. I'm gonna take giant floating butterflies. Okay. My emperor died. I should have a new one pop up right away. I do. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything from war declared between. Oh, okay, the war. Oh, so he actually makes a war declaration. So he's going after the Wakdiar Hive. Interesting choice. I don't know why you would be going after him. Considering that he has to go through Hythen's combined space. Well, see. Well, maybe we'll get a good indication of what their attack fleet looks like. I mean, 1,000. At least they've got something there. Probably with the spaceport as well. They're probably looking at something closer to 2 spaceports. It looks like that with a fleet, a spaceport, he's got 2,500. Let's see what the these Fallen Empire are gonna do. Very curious here, as I start to get pretty close to my fleet cap. I'll build another battleship just for good measure. He's declared war. I haven't seen any movement. Oh wow, how the heck did we just miss that? Oh, probably because we don't have an active sensor link. Wow. Okay, so we know that. Wow, look at those numbers. That's not good. Wow. Okay, so the Fallen Empire is no joke. It's meant to be ruled or exterminated like vermin you are. There's nothing further to discuss. Wow. He's got 2 fleets of 48,000 in size. 40,000 and 48,000. Now, that to give you an indication of where I'm at right now, I have almost maxed out my fleet capacity, and I'm at 33,000. So I may have to look at some edicts here to increase my. I'm not too sure if I actually have it or not. Yeah, I already have my Grand Fleet engaged. Grand Fleet gives me a bonus to several different things. I'll go over it in just a second. Edicts. See, the Grand Fleet gives me a fleet capacity of plus 35% with repair and upgrade costs minus down 15%. So I'm already boosting as much as I possibly can. And I'm still significantly less. So I'm not too sure. He's at war with the Voltar. It doesn't really matter to me if the Heathen Combine go down, but we probably should be doing something in considering the size and strength of his fleets. Let's see who he goes after next. If he goes after anybody. Because unfortunately, I don't think that my allies have anything that will come close to that. They've got a fleet of 3,000. The Hanak, what do they have? You know, almost nothing. 6,000 maybe. Oh, it looks like, and they're going after someone else, and they're declaring war on the Armathi Kingdom. Oh man, oh man, oh man. They're near, they're not wasting any time, are they? Okay. We have to get together. I think, I thought we were going to be able to hold off with just the auspicious Atante would be able to hold them off, but, asteroid is falling for your planet at, can be nerve-wracking. Zif Prime is rather fortunate. No harm became to the colony. Good. Huh. Looks like I did have something. Asteroid defense system available. Sure. We'll research that and make my people happy. They're going to need it if they're going to have to go after this war. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep building 240,000 fleets. I'm kind of struggling right now to think how we're going to be able to do this, because the only thing that... Oh, good. Huzzah. Okay, so they've got a pathetic fleet. Let's see what... unfortunately, I don't think I can't declare war on him. That would just be mean. See if I can offer a trade deal and get him to do an active sensor link. Oh, because we're rivals. That's right. He's not going to be able to give me anything. Guardian point defense. Okay. Ion disruptor. I think we're going to go with proton torpedoes. Flak battery number 1. And we'll do strike craft plus 10%. Now, I'm struggling to remember exactly what it is that, who we could possibly get into our alliance to try to make sure that this kind of doesn't happen twice. Federation. Okay, so he's already in, revoke, invite to Federation. Differing wars facility, differing war philosophies. I'm trying to think about who we can who we can get in there. Invite to Federation. They must be at peace. Okay. There's some enclaves. How about these bad boys? Invite to Federation. Do you want to get to a Federation? I'm voting yes. We need all the allies we can get. My god, this is... I'm getting kind of nervous at this point because as it stands right now, I don't even think there's enough fleets in the actual game. Yeah, I'm going to vote yes. Excellent. Yeah, a different leader than he did last time. That's odd. Okay. Okay, so we've got yet another ally, so that's perfect. Separatist riot. I don't really care. You can riot all they want. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for it. I got enough money coming in. I really don't care. That's being said. Okay, so they haven't seen the them move at all. I don't know if we can actually get through their space to attack them head on. Yeah, you can see here. You'll notice that that's another way we can do it. As moving forward, you can see that he's losing some of his mining facilities. So they're sweeping through his entire system right now, destroying all of his the base bone of his economy. As soon as he starts to get really deep into United Armathi Kingdom, that's it. Like, he's on the border of the Hanak, which is part of our federation. Really surprised. Looks like he's got something going on here. Their borders are starting to push out even further. Ooh, damn. Don't like it when the Fallen Empire are upset. Should be able to take down... yes, very well. We'll extend our... What, I got 9,000 or 10,000? Okay. Yeah, I'm always down for some more inhabitability. I should have took down this fleet before I did all this. Okay, everybody, so we're kind of watching with bated breath right now as the as the fallen Neborite has restorers are starting to come about. Okay, so good. There's a peace offering between these lovely cats, which means we can't offer him support. Oh, he's been. Oh, he's under protectorate rule. Okay, that's. I was gonna say we were gonna invite him to the Federation, but it doesn't look like he's very interested. Offer association status. Apparently, no one wants to do that, bad boy. Okay, so yeah, now we've kind of understand that the Neborites did move very quickly in to eliminate a small independent state, but as it stands right now, they're not really moving too deeply. I think that they're pretty deep inside of the Armathi Kingdom, but unfortunately, without a sensor link, and because he's my rival, I'm not able to actually figure out just how bad it is. What's this here? Oh my gosh. Oh wow. The entire Armathi Kingdom just completely collapsed. Holy cow. Oh my god. Alright, things just got serious, yo. Okay, so I just lost my rival. Yeah, everybody's gotta start working together here, or we're toasty. Okay, that's fine. I'll do a mitigation agreement. So he just completely eliminated them. So I wanted to just take a moment here as we go into the diplomacy screen for the Neborite restorers. It says request thraldom. We can ask them to become our thrall, or we can ask them to become their thrall. If they accept, we will unable to attack us, but we'll have to pay them 25% of our minerals and energy income. As a thrall, you'll be forbidden from colonizing. Wow. I wonder if that's what they did, but they just, they took that offer up, because my gosh, I was not expecting them to collapse so easily. So I'm going to take my fleet and I'm going to protect my... I'm set to encourage. Okay, good. Everybody's now encouraged to follow my fleet. All of the Auspicious Satante's fleet should be converging on my position as my star bases are going out of control in production right now. Okay, what do we got? Turbo Prime. Well, my scientist died. Oh, it's fine. I'm not really doing any science. I don't think I'm really doing anything anyway. It's this whole... we're just going to war anyway. Okay. Leader life and leader capacity. Core systems. I'm not really worrying about colonizing right now. I'm kind of looking at something going... There you go. Empire leader. What... Okay, so I've got a level 5 admiral. So at least we've got something there. So hopefully everybody's kind of taking from Q and this mechanic is working as intended, because I'm going to need everybody. We're going to make our stand at Takaros. They will go no further, I say, no further. Let's just see how far they go. They've already taken over the majority of that. I really wish, wait, what if we can call them? No, we can't even talk to them. I'm actually quite curious to know if the old Amari became, their vassal, or if they just completely gave in, or if they became a thrall. Do you lose your your independence? Because it didn't really mention that you lose any of your independence. I'm just waiting for that moment where he's going to be attacking. Oh, governor has died at Mumblar Prime, which is at one of my sectors. Okay, we'll assign him with a new what do we got here? Army cost, army building speed. That's not too bad. I want to kind of get back to what that was here. What was it? Mineral Prime? Or Mumblar, which is set to... Okay, it's set for my energies. So I really don't think an army speed's going to be building it. Yeah, lifespan's good. And I think I'm just going to fight off some of those pesky... Ooh, there we go. There we go, and just trying to appease my faction by giving them a governor. Now that being said, we're going to wait to see what happens here. Like I said, I've moved my fleet into position. Will he attack is the real question, because our fleet is so large. Really don't know the answer to that. It seems like one of those pertinent questions. Got proton torpedoes. Neutron. That sounds cool. Do a neutron torpedo. Quickly to go into my designer and upgrade. Do protons. We're good for that. Got your missiles, cruisers. Looks like it has level 3. We'll change that to a proton. Save that. And we'll go to the battleship, and I think we're in good shape here. Okay, so the question remains now will the awakened fallen empire decide to attack, knowing full well that we've got a fleet of nearly about 38,000 sitting on the border. Who will you attack next? That's a real question that lies, because I don't know if he's now reconsolidating what he's got inside of these borders of his. If we should declare war, what do we got right now? I've got 40,000. We could probably take out one of his fleet, but not too many past that. Oh man, the tension is palpable. Okay, he's got a fleet of 14,000, so it seems likely that if the fallen empire was going to go any further, he would have gone. It's tough to say where he's going to go next. I mean, the fact that how easily he was able to take out those two empires is a bit shocking, to tell you the honest truth. Just don't know what he's going to do. As it stands right now, I'm trying to consolidate all my fleets. It looks like we've got, you know, basically 2 fleets. I don't know what everybody else is waiting for. If I was them, I'd be doing exactly what I'm doing now, and that's popping out as many ships as I possibly can. Paying that crippling cost of 12 minus or my 11% additional from my fleet, because boy oh boy, I think we're gonna need it. Okay, everybody. So I mean, I think we're gonna see how this plays out a little bit off camera, because I'm not too sure if the Neborite restorers are gonna continue to push further and further into everybody else's space. As it stands right now, they were able to take over 2 independent states. One was a tiny little offshoot of, I believe it was an uplifted pre-civilization technology, or a race that was uplifted by the Heathian Combine. But that being said, the Numrites, or Namaros, or the giant horse-face guys anyway, they definitely were, you know, a force to be reckoned with. We had gone to war with them before. I mean, like, they probably had a pretty pathetic fleet, but their entire, you know, their entire space, their kingdom, their combine, their republic, whatever you want to call it, completely collapsed under that kind of weight. And it was kind of shocking to see the speed in which it happened. Now the real question is that what can my alliance muster, if anything, against such a foe? Well, I hope that you guys stay tuned and you guys check it out for yourselves, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this off on camera, try to get my fleets up to as high as I possibly can get it without crippling my economy. And then 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Either they're going to attack us, or I'm going to wait for them to declare war on someone else. And as soon as that happens, I'm taking the entire Federation's fleet into Neborite destroyer space, or destroyer space, to destroy. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a great mechanic, and I'm glad that they added it, because as you can see here, this is played on a normal difficulty setting, so it's not, you know, it's not terribly challenging to play the game and to win it, you know, for you know, like a casual or normal player, right? But you can see as I got my fleets to this size, or my kingdom to this size, it was rather easy. I kind of knew that I would quote unquote win the game. There weren't too many challenges, but as it stands right now, with this fallen empire now awakened, it's got a new dynamic, because I'm nowhere close to being able to complete or to be to compete with him in terms of fleet size. So this has been Army P for eXplorminate.net, guys. So watch out for our next episode as we dig deeper and start to prepare for war against the Neborite Restorers. Keep watching, guys. See you next time.